Okay, my Young and the Restless fans, we got to talk about this episode today. It looks like Daniel talks some truthful advice to his mom, Phyllis, regarding summer. Ashley and Tucker make love and then she snoops. And then DEVON confronts Audra and fire her, and then confronts Tucker and fire him from his and Dominic's life. Welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where we recap everything CBS soaps, both the Young and the Restless and the Bold and the Beautiful. This is the Young and the Restless recap for January 9th, and without any further ado, let's talk about today's episode. So we start out over at the Avid estate where we see Diane admitting to Jack that she's having second thoughts about stealing from Nikki and making things worse. However, Jack stupidly assures her that he can smooth things over later. And then Ashley walks in and she's appalled to see them conspiring together. And of course, Jack and Ashley bicker about Diane being there, and Jack insists that she is his guest. And Ashley is squawking, and then she just got pissed off and strided out when Diane claims that she doesn't want to create problems. However, Jack continues to assure her that she's not to blame. Really, Jack? Besides, they should just drop the Stark issue for now. So, over at DEVON's penthouse, he gets a call filling him in on the possible connections between Audra and Tucker, and he wants the full report. And while he's getting the tea on dear old dad and Audra, Audra shows up at Tucker's suite and demands to know why he hasn't been answering her texts. Now, he reminds her that he is the boss and he has other concerns. Now, Audra explains that she's convinced Lily and Jill to move on with the IPO without DEVON's approval, and she thinks that it's time for them to strategize. Now, Audra is baffled when he claims he needs to contemplate this and hustles her out the door. And when she exits, she hopes that he's in a better mood when he can get back to her. Once she's in the hallway, DEVON sends her a text demanding to meet. Now, DEVON arrives at the office. Lily is still there, but she didn't want to go home because of Billy. Now, before she can explain, Audra arrives, and DEVON announces that they have a new trader in the company. And Lily kind of narrows her eyes, and DEVON explains that Audra and Tucker have been in touch. So he breaks it all down. He discovers that all of her student debt was paid off by a company owned by his father. Now, DEVON points out that she and Tucker showed up in town at the same time, and Lily asks if they have been working together all along. She admits that she knows him from London, but that has nothing to do with the work that she's been doing. And if they disrupt the IPO once again, it would only make the company look weak. And Lily just can't deal with all of this. She is pissed, and she fires Audra, demanding security take her out of the building. Now, after she storms out, Audra offers to leave if DEVON feels this way, explaining that she knows about Tucker's business and goals, and she said that she can be an asset to DEVON. However, DEVON doesn't even think he can trust anything that comes out of her mouth. Now, Audra points out that she already knows a lot about his company, and he doesn't want her as an enemy, and he threatens to take her to court. And this is the end of their working relationship, and DEVON wants her out. And then she comes back talking about it's your loss, telling him he's a lousy judge of character. And Audra wonders how he's even made it as far as he has. Wow. So now let's head over to Tucker's suite, because Ashley shows up at the door and she's venting about Diane before handing him a bottle of wine. And she's complaining that Diane is like a virus and has turned Jack into a sucker. Now every day she wakes up to a new Diane hell, and Tucker chuckles, he uncorks, saying that this feels heavenly to him though. And then Tucker is sorry that Ashley's upset, but he likes her shifting from cool to wild. And the situation with Diane has awakened a spark in her that he absolutely loves. Then he starts stroking her hair. He tells her how much he loves the way that she can come and be real with him. And he finds that sexy. And she's like, well, what are you going to do about it? Putting down her wine. And then they start making out.
What are you going to do about it? That depends on you.
So after they have sex, they laugh in bed, and Tucker tells her that that was fire, and he missed that. Now Tucker hopes that she can see how strong they are together, and Ashley hates that she loves this. Now, resting on his shoulder, she says that there's no evidence that they could actually work. However, Tucker suggests that they keep testing it though. Now, Ashley says that she is just too smart to fall for him again. And he was like, well, I guess being with me is a smart choice. Now, Ashley insists that what happened with them doesn't mean anything about their future. And he tells her that she can stay as long as she wants and even offers her a space in his closet, but he won't push it. And as he get up to order some room service, she starts going through his papers and discovers some reports about Jabot saying that he is targeting us. However, after he comes out of the shower, he catches Ashley explaining that the files came from Diane. Now, Tucker was looking into the company but has changed his plans because her sway over him has altered his agenda. Now, she keeps her distance, and Tucker hopes that she can see that's what's happening between the two of them is real. And then DEVON starts banging on the door, and he bursts in. He confronts Tucker about his collusion with Audra and declares that their relationship is now over.
Hey, what's going on? You okay? Hi, Ashley. I apologize for this. It's over, Tucker. What's over? You and me, and whatever relationship you think we have, it's done. I know about your collusion with Audra, and I know that you're using her to try and scoop up controlling interest of the company after we take it public. If that were the case, why would I encourage you to trust your instincts that the IPO was a bad idea? I don't know. Maybe you were trying to throw me off track. I bet it was not to laugh, though, every time I talked about Nate betraying us. Since he and Victoria were just doing you a favor by distracting us and opening a path for you and Audra to screw over Chance the Winners. I don't know what went down between you and Audra. You don't know Scott her today yet? You should check your messages, because she's been fired. Only has access to anything Chance the Winters, which means that you no longer have access to it, or to me, or to my son. Whatever you think is going on here, you're wrong about it. Because I've never had any ill intentions towards you or your company. My only interest in your business is helping. Is that right? Yeah, and supporting you. Okay, if that were the truth, then why did you come to town claiming that you wanted to connect with me and your grandson when you were really just using our relationship, stick a damn plant in my company to try and take it over? In my family's company, the only real family I've ever had in my life, half thanks to you because you've never been there for me, and you obviously never will be. Come on, let me explain something. I don't want to hear anything to say to me because I'm not going to believe a word of it. Your talk is BS. It's BS on top of BS. I don't even know how you keep it all together in your head. And I really don't know how I or anyone else believes your story about discovering yourself and the meaning of life. Because the only meaning you ever find in anything is your own self-interest and greed. Because you'll sacrifice your family to get your hands on the next shiny thing that you want. Hey, you're misunderstanding the circumstances, and you're getting dangerously close to crossing the line with me. And what the hell is that supposed to mean? There's a line now that I'm getting close to crossing. You know something, Tucker? You should leave Genoa City tonight, because I'm going to make it my mission to make for sure there's no one left in this town who will ever defend you for the rest of your life.
after Devon had just stormed out, Tucker apologized for Ashley having to see all that. However, Ashley claims that she never trusted him in the first place or thought that he could sink any lower. And then Ashley then walks out on him. After he's thrown some papers, Tucker sits down and puts on his shoes. And yeah, he is not a happy camper. So now over at Society, Audra bumps into Nate and she's claiming that she's celebrating. So they drink together. Now Audra explains that she just moved on from Chancellor Winters. Actually, she was fired, Nate. However, they don't need her for what's next. Now she's talking about how she's leaving town to face new challenges, and then Nate asks if she would think about sticking around because he may just have the opportunity for her. Nate is looking for a new COO and suggests that she throw her hat in that ring, and if it all works out, they could have plenty more to drink to. And of course, her being an opportunist, as Elena had already told Nate, they toast to this whole thing. So now over at Crimson Lights, Daniel and Phyllis talk business, and Daniel's eager to build a loyal team and starts worrying about Phyllis's vibes because she's not focused, and reminds her that she needs to start setting the tone. Now she knows what he means and start venting about Summer betraying her at Marquetti. Now Daniel tells Phyllis, just move on. You got a new job now. And she jokes that she shouldn't even be working with her kids in the first place. And he don't think that's funny. He's not laughing and accuses her of treating him like a second choice. Now she insists that she's very excited to be in charge of the tech team over at Omega Sphere. And Daniel's disappointed though that she hasn't even bothered to look at any of the resumes that he sent her. Now, Phyllis claims that she's just tired and will be okay in the morning. And of course, Phyllis pulls out the sniffle card and explains her feelings are hurt because her daughter chose Diane over her. However, Daniel points out that Summer's eyes are very wide open when it comes to Diane, and she's making these choices because of her husband, Kyle. Now, Daniel tells her to try to see things from her daughter's point of view and that she needs her support right now. She needs her to be the bigger person. And Daniel encourages her to be a little bit more subtle, be apologetic, be empathetic. And then Lily walks in and he is instantly distracted. And of course, Phyllis noticed. Now she thanks him for all he said and leaves to find Summer. Once she's gone, he slides up to Lily and Lily tells him something is worrying her that had happened. Now Daniel worries that is this something that could affect his project, and she reassures him. Daniel offers to listen to her problems, but Lily don't want to talk about them, and she admits she should rest, but if she goes home, she pauses, then turn around and suggests that they just sit and talk about things that don't matter. So now we're back over at the Abbott estate where Diane is about to leave when she suggests that she and Jack discuss her desire to kiss him again. Now Diane wants him to know her feelings aren't a holdover from the past, but is based on their real friendship. Now Diane is not sure how she can pretend to tolerate Stark when she cares so much about Jack. Diane thinks they should clarify their feelings. Jack cares a lot about her, and then they kiss. However, while being embraced in each other's arms with that kiss, Phyllis arrives and watches them through the door. Now, Diane tells him that she's going to her hotel alone, and he wasn't suggesting otherwise, and she was like, that's too bad. And then Jack repeats that they will handle all of this together. Now, over at the Glam Club, Tucker goes and finds Phyllis moping. And of course, this is what we see at the end of the episode. Tucker asks Phyllis if she's ready to burn it all down. Yeah, this is one heck of an unholy alliance that looked like it's brewing between now Phyllis and Tucker. Okay, so there you have it, your Young and the Restless recap for Monday, January 9th, 2023. Stay tuned for the bold and the beautiful recap also for today. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye.